Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for June 12th through the 18th, 2023. So I'd just like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone back to this weekly series and to also welcome anyone who may be new to our Angelic Wisdom community. Just a few things before we begin. I'd like to remind you and ask you to please subscribe, to select the all notification bell, like, dislike, and to also leave comments. I've been a little behind on just responding to comments, so I apologize for that. But I will be getting to that shortly. And also, if you'd like to get an angel reading with me um, during the course of this video, if you feel called to do so, you can go to my current website, theangelschool.com/services. And if you're first time, this is your first time having an angel reading with me, you can select the first time promotional offer. Also, if you'd like to just donate to the channel, you can select my PayPal me link. Now, all these links are in the description area below this video. And with the PayPal me link, make sure that in the notes, I think you can do it on the PayPal, just include your email address where I can get back in touch with you, because it doesn't show it there. Um, in the email or that I get from you from PayPal. So if you could just do that, remember to do that. That would be really helpful. And because I'd just like to say thank you, and for those of you who have been actually sending in donations and contributions. Also, the since it's not too late in the month, I'm gonna continue to put the link to the monthly angel reading for June, the general monthly reading. And also, if you haven't checked out the angel scopes for each zodiac sign, make sure that you go to my Facebook or Twitter or my post here on the community board here on YouTube to check those out. All right, so let's take a deep breath together now. And just relax as much as you are able to do so. And just focus on the love that is within your heart space, within your soul, and expand that awareness of love to the entire universe that is loving you unconditionally right now. And you just keep writing the word love repeatedly. And in some ways, it's a mantra that we need to affirm over anything else, such as fear or power or control. What we've really been called to do is to surrender to love, surrender to the empowerment that love inspires throughout all of the manifestations of our realities and of creation. Love empowers and inspires beauty. It inspires the way that you have um, created your home, and not just the things, but the way you created the home, the purpose, the intention behind the things that you have placed in your home. It's the love that creates the home. It's why it's so interesting as my mind just starts to spark with understanding, which is so key to healing. In any respect that of your life that you feel healing is needed. And it is why, going back to what I was saying, they were trying to give me a sense of, in terms of beauty. And first of all, that saying, beauty lies in the eye of the beholder. But in terms of beauty and a sense of creating a home, or creating a life, or creating a role or a career, it's not about the material aspects of success in all of these things or prosperity. It's about the intention of love that goes into all of these things that creates the home, the career, the job. So I want to go back to the home in terms of, design, because there are so many designs and so many homes with different types of designs, some that are elegantly beautiful, and some that are eclectic, and some that, there's all kinds of design styles and design language. And even sometimes a home that's kind of rustic and how do you say, and not everything is neatly placed. But when you walk into that space, you feel this comfort. You feel um, you feel the love. It's perceived as beautiful because of all of these interior aspects that the soul is giving and offering and sharing with you when you step into it. And so this is the power of love that we underestimate, and that we often allow others to diminish, because we are so focused on power as control. The reason that so many of us find it so difficult to find peace, joy, and happiness and satisfaction in the lives that we've created is because we are measuring the success of this by our ability to have control over our lives. And control is just another way of saying dominance, and dominance is really an oppressor. So imagine that you, in your attempt to have control over your life, you are the oppressor of so many good possibilities that you might experience or express. It holds us back. It's like we miss the boat, so to speak, because and this is going to be messed up metaphor, as I'm probably going to backtrack here, but it's sort of like life is always on the stream. The boat's already on the stream. And just because you miss that boat and you focus on trying to get control of that boat, which you believe if you control that situation and you get on that stream, you'll get everything that you want. You don't accept that you missed that boat for a reason. And I'm going to pause before I say there are more boats coming down that stream. And as I was saying that about missing boats, and that we don't often realize that we don't accept that we say we missed the boat when it's really that boat was not meant for you. Because if a boat, the boat was meant for you, you would have been there in the at the right time to get on that boat. Now, this might seem a little off, but it's something that happens to me in New York City all the time. And I love talking about it because it's such a miracle to me. But yet it's how do you want to say it? The universe, it's it's not as haphazard as we think. It is so precise. And we are always where we're supposed to be, and you've heard this before. And everything is happening as it's supposed to happen. The universe is this, I think the physical world is a mathematical, it's mathematically accurate in some way in terms of its architecture and how things function and how they occur and when and how they occur. And so when I leave my apartment and I get to a street light, and the walk signs, walk, do not walk, the flashing ones, I will notice a pattern, you know, or I will just notice all of the lights and how they change as I approach each corner to the place to the destination, where I'm going to be doing business or shopping or whatever. And then when I'm in the store, the place of my destination, I'm not paying attention to time at all. But of course, I do notice time as the street lights seem to be on a particular rhythm of, in terms of changing. But when I go inside, I lose all track of that rhythm of the lights. And I'm not thinking about it. But no matter how long, and it sort of feels like although the, I guess in some way there is an internal rhythm. Our heartbeat is an internal rhythm, right? And these lights. So there is a timing that's going on. But I feel totally disconnected from it now because my mind is thinking about what I want and how I'm going to get what I want and do they have what I want and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff kind of, for the moment, kind of takes you out of that algorithm. But when I come out, the stoplight, and I go back the same way, the pattern of lights that I saw on my way there are the same pattern of lights leaving my destination back to my apartment. And it's like timed, the same timing. The light is changing at the countdown is the same as I'm arriving at the different blocks to enter. And this happens all the time without fail. And I always, I've had a lot of events like this, where, just another example, where I was walking, of course, I was noticing the lights on the way, but in this particular trip years ago, people, I don't know why, As I was walking, I noticed specific people coming out of stores on my long route. It was like about 15 blocks, long New York City blocks. I was walking to my destination, to the bank, I think it was. And I noticed these people. And then the last thing I noticed was I was coming to a sort of a triangle park, triangular park. And at that point of the triangle, a bird crossed. If I were to see it from above ground, the bird and was making sort of an X. Um, and well, of course, I'm walking one way and it's crossing one way above me, and the triangle is there, so it looked like an X to me from if I could see it in my imagination. Now I get to the bank. I'm in there for whatever time, lose track of time again, come out, get to that triangle point, and a bird crosses me again. And kid you not, in order, now in reverse order, that bird was the reverse, right? Because that was the last thing I noticed. Then the next person that I had seen was coming out again. And then it was five people in reverse order crossing my path again. And so the I was perplexed by this, like, what is this synchronicity? What does it mean? And I heard that it's about alignment. The universe is letting you know that you're in alignment. Now, that can mean a lot of things, and I'm not going to break that down because that's not the important part. Although it may play a role in this understanding about the stream and the boats, and about never missing the boat. You miss the boat as soon as you think you've missed the boat. You get you become out of alignment. When you don't accept that everything is happening for a reason, this throws you off the boat and out of the stream. And when you're not in the stream, you feel confused, you feel lost, you feel anxious, you feel afraid, you feel all the kinds of negativity, because the whole idea for the negativity is not to further throw you off by dwelling on it, because that's not what it's for. It's a sign to let you know that you're choosing to create outside of the stream, outside of the boat, on the stream. You're choosing to resist that everything is happening to you for a reason. You show up on time always. You're always where you need to be in your life always. There is no wrong in your life. There's only lessons in your life. There's only learning. Do you hear that? There's no wrong in your life. There's no wrong in anybody else's life for one simple reason. Because what everybody else is doing in their school, on their boat, in their stream, or if they get thrown off, that has nothing to do with you. It is outside of the purview of your judgment, or your it's like when somebody says it's above your pay grade. It's another way of just saying mind your own business and stay on your lane, stay in your lane. And spiritually, it's not that we don't care for others or want or be there to assist others. You don't you stay in your lane until your lanes are meant to intersect. And trust me, we are meant to intersect lanes with people, but not every person. But there are people that they come into our lives, even if it's you consider it wrong, it's not. It's an opportunity to learn something. So you never get it wrong. You can sit back and say, regret is just a resistance to accepting that you were always where you needed to be, that you didn't miss any boats until you focused on that. And then you weren't focused where you were supposed to be. But then, see, because you are the creator of your reality, and it's about who you are being internally, which is what is attracting to you what's happening externally. So that's why you're always where you're supposed to be. And if you choose to be outside of the stream, there's a whole lot of things that you can learn outside of the stream, outside of out of the boat. Well, you know what I mean. There's a whole bunch of things you can learn there. And that's your choice to learn out of the boat and out of the and off of the stream, right? But you're never wrong. That's really hard to hear because I'm sure we want to all go through our little um we want to go through our little morality, whatever you want to call it, our laws and all of this stuff and you know, you're good, you're bad, all that stuff. We want to waste time with that because that takes us further off the boat. I mean, it takes us, we miss the boat and we're not on the stream with all of that talk. And when we do it to ourselves, it's just going to create a whole lot of funk in your life that you're going to spend more time regretting and more time missing what seeing your life as a whole bunch of missed opportunities. That's what the missing the boat really is. And until you embrace the opportunity where you're in, which is to say, you got to stop seeing regrets. You got to stop seeing wrongs, errors. You got to stop seeing that. This is a glitch to the power of love. This is an impediment, not only a glitch in the your relationship with your higher self and your soul, but it's an impediment to you actually being able to embody the power of love. And when we can't embody the power of love, we then turn to fear. And fear chooses, because of lots of insecurity, chooses to manipulate the self. That is, say, we manipulate ourselves, we manipulate others, we control and try to dominate, be aggressive, intimidate, all of this, which creates a very wacky life because you're always looking over your shoulders. You're waiting you have no choice but to be waiting for the shoe to, what is this expression, the shoe to fall or something like this. I mean, you just, because not, when you're manipulating, it's like fixing everything with bubble gum. You know, everything in your house, you fix it with bubble gum. That's not going to last very long. It might stop something for a little bit, and sometimes bubble gum just doesn't work on certain things. So you might use duct tape. Well, it might work a little bit better than the bubble gum, but it's still not going to be the solution, right? So when this is why we have to get off of this power trip. We have to stop defining our lives. We're defined right now. You don't realize this, but you define success. You define happiness. You define love and being in love. All by this kind of fear-based power. And because it's can only do bubblegum or duct tape fixes, you keep finding these kinds that you're like your career, your love life, or um, things in your home, you find it constantly breaking down, not functioning, because only the power of love can sustain the achievement of those things that you want: success, prosperity, abundance, love, being loved, being in love. Only the power of love can do that for you, not fear. And when you stop judging yourself, because that's how you feed fear on a very minimal level, by constantly judging yourself and judging others, because that's a distraction. Like when I'm judging other people now, I'm not on the boat. I'm not floating down. I'm not floating in the stream. I'm not on the boat. And now I see everything this way. I missed this. You made me do this. If all of that talk comes out, blame, it just escalates. And so this becomes sort of woven into the fabric of what the life that you end up living. And we're all doing it. It's very hard for all of us to stand, to surrender to love. They just wrote the word survival. A survival mentality is a fear-based, power struggle, hungry, manipulating lifestyle. Thriving, you cannot achieve without true inner peace, and then joy, and then love. These are the layers. Peace is your ultimate goal. It is your ultimate purpose. And you can only achieve that by staying in your own lane and listening, discerning when you're meant to intersect. But just by holding, valuing, prizing your peace above all things, you will naturally have a clearer awareness of divine timing, when the boat is coming that you're to get on that stream of experience and purpose that is being offered to you, and when to get off and wait for the next boat that goes in a new direction or takes you further, when you spend less time giving attention to the external reality, which is the afterthought or the after effect of your internal reality. So your attention should always be on in how you feel internally, and resigning, surrendering until you have given up the fight, because you prize this peace that surpasses all understanding, and that allows you, with that understanding, to have great capacity for compassion that is like a huge hug to life. So there's no more resisting, and now there's only understanding. You're good with the boat. You're good with the boat. Missing that boat, you're good with that, because it's not meant for you. You get that. Everything happens for a reason. You get that. All right, let's take a look at the archangel that we're working with for this week. And I'm not sure if this archangel's ever come up for you, but it's come up for me when I use the cards. And this is Archangel Aurora. And the card message says, "Welcome new beginnings. Let the sunshine in your life." Now, Archangel Aurora is, you want to think of her as like when she appears, it means a new path is opening up for you. And I'm just sort of seeing, I don't know why she's writing consequences and responsibilities and then the word effort. So you might be focused right now when we're focused on the external world, we're really focused on the consequences, because that what the external world is, it is the consequences of all your previous actions, efforts, and thoughts, ideas. But with responsibility, she's saying you have the responsibility to always decide. I was going to say something else, but I'm getting, it's the responsibility piece is you don't have to just keep feeding the past. It's your responsibility, whether or not, because she's writing, you're the cause. You are the cause. You are the cause. And at first, you got to be able to accept that without beating yourself up about where you are. You are the cause. What that means, what she's saying is you are the creator. But she's put in another way, you are the cause. And therefore, you are the cause. Responsibility is not a punishment. Responsibility is not it's not a challenge to show how mature you are or not, how capable you are or not. No, responsibility is just these things that are involved in the role of a choice that you are seeking. And so, since you are the cause, the creator, you you can establish the responsibilities. And that's interesting because often the word responsibility to us sort of it we know what it means, but I think the way we internalize it is as if somebody's dumping something on us. So if I pursue a new job, oh, that job is going to dump all this responsibility on me. And we're like, I don't know if I want all that. It's like there are many things that we want, but then when we think about responsibility, we think, no, because we don't want all that. You want to do that. You want to do what is at the heart of that. But is she saying you and I are the cause? So why can't you and I decide what the responsibilities will be? Because we are the creators of our reality. And the problem that most of us, why we can't find true happiness, is because we still cannot accept that we are the creators of our reality, that everything that we're experiencing, all the consequences, which are not punishments in this context, they are just another word for the effect of the cause of the responsibilities that we have involuntary or voluntarily brought upon ourselves. But if we don't choose, we're not going to like the responsibilities. So I think I lost the aha moment I had, but the thing is yes, it was because we cannot accept that we're creators. And I want to just keep talking until you get what I'm saying, but because I can't hear you, although I can feel you probably do get what I'm saying. But I can tell that it hasn't hit like boom, like woo, oh my God, because this is a breakthrough, right? It goes right, cleaves right through your the BS of the ego. You are the cause, and if you decide what the responsibility of your role, because it's your life and you're the one creating it and you're the one living it, even though it'll seem like you got a boss and this and all this, but I'm telling you, you are the creator. And if you really believe that, the responsibilities that you deem should be the responsibilities would be that person, the boss, the job would just orchestrate it so the other responsibilities either they see it as nonsense too, or somebody else who would be delegated those responsibilities. But because we don't truly 100%, like definitively believe that we are the cause, then this is why we get discrepancies in our abilities as creators. I want to say magicians to make it hit a little bit um, closer to home. So, and I think the effort word, but if it comes up, if it need to come up again. So now she's saying engage with where you are, engage with the people she's writing, engage where the relationship is, because to do otherwise is to resist it, and you resist it because you're judging, you're out of your lane, you're worrying about the nothing outside of you matters more to you than the peace within you, because the more firmly you have that peace, the more clearly you can have it in the external world. Nobody, not your husband, not even your child or your job or any goal matters, has any value more than your inner peace. If you truly love your children, then you will value your inner peace, because that will be the external environment that you gift them. Can't say anymore, except work with her as she helps you to focus on the cause, you being the cause, and determining what responsibilities you want, believing 100% that you are the cause. She can help you to really construct this pristine new beginning, this pristine beginning in your life. And that's and she's here to help us to really transition, I feel, from the paradigm of fear to the paradigm of love. All right, we don't have a lot of time, but here we go. So we have the judgment card. And the message on the card says, in pure consciousness, all divisions dissolve. And I'm telling you, the core of pure consciousness, to be immersed in pure consciousness, you have to focus on peace within. The surrender is not a quick fix, but it is a long-term solution. And the practice of surrender I've been talking about for a while is really the only way to turn things around, so that you are no longer activating fear in your external world, and the consequences of how that looks. So this is really telling us that we're ready for an incredible change. This is the card that comes right before the World card. That graduation, that stepping into a new dimension, a new paradigm, you know. So don't only judge whether or not you are offering yourself or allowing yourself to have enough peace as you deserve, because that is what dissolves all divisions. I'll just add one other thing that I've been doing as a practice is sending unconditional love to the walls that of illusion that we erect around ourselves, the walls of fear, with the intention that unconditional love dissolves that. And it's quite extraordinary. Send it to the world, send it to people you're having problems with. Don't fight with people. Don't try to manipulate them. When we try to understand people, it's because we want to manipulate them. First, you must surrender that their reality is not any of your business. It doesn't matter what you think they're doing to you. It's not that way. It's a But their actions are a reflection of some kind of internal struggle you're having with yourself in terms of your own relationship with yourself, and they are presenting the lesson to help you to work to give that up. And so the practice of peace is always about you. The benefit of it is always about you. And the consequence of it is a benefit to others. Now, the Seven of Swords, and I've once said that this is a card, I think it's like when you're too clever for your own good. All right? The card message says deceit is a lie that wears a smile. Now this is a powerful statement because what where are you lying to yourself and to others by just smiling, putting on a face? And then nothing gets better. And for those of us who think being nice is always going to be the way, nice is a symptom. You're trying to get to that reality of peace where you don't have to be nice or aggressive. You just know that what your position is, that this is not about me. If something's going on out there, or if something's going on out there, you don't seek to blame or blame yourself there. You just know that you got to keep practicing letting go more so you can get to that, clearly be immersed in that pure consciousness of peace. So be aware of why you put on those smiles. What are you concealing? What are you not being honest with yourself about? Wow, so we have a lot of things going on here. So we have the devil card here, and it says attachment is the root of all suffering. Now, what they're showing here is cell phone devices here that we just so attached to these things, and it distracts us. And I tell you, is as much as I'm not gonna say technology is bad, because we are the ones that by our behavior, our the way that we use them, we are the ones that make them good or bad. We are the ones who allow them to be in a distraction or not. You and I are the cause. So, if there, I feel like what this card is really highlighting is that we need to pay attention to the things that are distracting us, or the things that we're using to distract us, using to it's using it to escape responsibility, because we haven't decided what responsibility is appropriate for what we desire. We're leaving it up to others, which is giving away your power and then being very angry and frustrated and anxious and all other kinds of things when you don't have the control. But let me be clear, trying to control yourself is not a thing either. It's all wrong. Because dominating, manipulating, what I said before, this is fear based. Love is empowering, it inspires. And at the core, the base of it is peace. Just above that, above peace, but below love is joy. So you know your peace because of the joy that you're, the quality of joy that you're able to have. You know how much peace you have by the quality of joy you have. You know the quality of joy that you have by the quality of love that you are able to express. And they keep writing the word respect in others. Love is about respecting others. It doesn't mean that you have to agree with them, but you respect them. It is not your job to say, I don't respect someone. Why? Simple reason, because once you do that, you no longer have all the things below love. No joy, no peace. If you say you do, you're a liar. When we're on our high horse about something and we're highly opinionated and we're talking on and on, come on. It's gone, isn't it? The joy and the peace. You're all enraged. The respect, when I say you respect others, again, nothing outside of you matters, right? When you say I respect somebody else, you are saying have this respect within myself for myself. And so I can respect them for how they're choosing to live, but that's none of my business. What is your business? How you choose to live. And if you choose to live in a profound awareness of peace, and you show them respect, because again, it's not about them, it's about you're showing yourself that, then who, the higher vibration is going to win or be the compelling influence. That's a better way to say it, because win is a fear-based thing. The compelling influence is the vibration that is the compelling influence. I think I just said the thing in reverse, but that's how I want it to be. That's what they want to have it come out that way. And so that means that over time, that person will respect themselves more because they see your peace. And no matter what the external disagreements, arguments are between you, they will come to understand that their peace is just as valuable. And they can have it because they see you exercising discipline to achieve it. So, therefore, through your own effort, coming back to her word, Archangel Aurora's last word, through your own effort, you show others that peace, number one, is real. Love is real. Love is the real power. Not because of what it's doing to other people, but what it's doing for you and what it's doing to you and how it changed you. See, that's what's important. And that's what makes the whole concept of surrendering an imperative. And they just final word they wrote was energy. When your energy changes, that means your cause has changed. There's a new beginning there. You're going to start experiencing new things in your life. All right, let's take a look at the card I already pulled from the bottom of the deck. And this is interesting. The Seven of Wands. It says, stand up for what you believe. And the man is on a megaphone. It would seem to almost contradict. But here, first I'm going to apply this to what everything I just said. Be the advocate for the very thing that you want within yourself first. Because when you then have to speak or deal with whatever is going on outside of you, the controversy, the contrast that's going on outside of you, your influence will shape the outcomes of that reality. Now, the other piece of this is that you need to decide, for some of you who are speaking up, oh my God, for injustice in the world, then you're going to have to decide what kind of voice you want to represent. I'm going to leave it there. All right, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful, beautiful week. God bless.